What if I told you that you could increase your calories, start eating more food while losing fat and speeding up your metabolism? Sounds fake, right? But I'm not lying to you. So there's this concept called reverse dieting that not a lot of people know about, but I'm here to give you a crash course on it today. Hi, if you're new here, I'm Amanda, aka Fit Food AE, and I normally make recipe content, but today we're gonna be doing something a little bit different and dive into some nutritional education content. So we're gonna be talking about reverse dieting. So we're gonna talk about what it is, who should be doing it, how you reverse diet, etc. I discovered reverse dieting around 2.5 years ago, and it honestly changed my life. So if you're excited to hear me talk about this, please give this video a like, subscribe, and share it with your friends, as it really helps the channel, and I post new videos every week. And with that, let's get started. So I'm gonna start off by painting a picture for you guys. As some of you might know, if you've been following me for a while, throughout high school, university, and early post-grad life, I suffered from a constant cycle of undereating, restricting food, and overexercising. I didn't have a good relationship with food or alcohol for that matter, and I was severely underfueling my body considering the fact that I was working out 5 to 6 times a week and walking everywhere. So in my early 20s, during the week, I would be eating about 1,500 calories daily, and then on the weekends, I'd be eating less of that in food, but then making up for some of those calories with alcohol. At work, I would constantly be drinking energy drinks and chewing gum to try and suppress my appetite somehow. I honestly have no idea how I even functioned, but needless to say, my metabolism was messed up. So what was happening was that my body was learning to survive on way fewer calories than it needed. So then when I had weekends away or vacations where I would eat more than usual, my body just didn't know what to do with that extra food, didn't know how to store, digest it. So I would literally look like I gained 5 pounds overnight, and I'd be so bloated and uncomfortable. So just like every other story on the internet goes, COVID hit and everything changed. I started my Instagram page in May 2020, and I began educating myself on fitness and nutrition since I had nothing better to do given that my job was super slow and all the bars in Toronto were closed. In February of 2021, I discovered this girl on YouTube called Misfit and Nerdy who taught me all about reverse dieting. And to be honest, I don't even watch her content anymore, but Marissa, if you're listening to this, thank you. So now we're getting to the bulk of the video. What exactly is reverse dieting? It's when you slowly increase your daily average calories, usually by around 50 to 100 each week, until you reach your true maintenance. And you also have to do this while consistently weight training and applying progressive overload. So what do I mean by true maintenance calories? So this is the number of calories that your body should be able to maintain its weight on based on your age, weight, height, and activity level. Keyword is should be able to maintain its weight on. So there are plenty of online calculators that do this. You could just Google it, or I'll leave an example in the description. But your quote unquote true maintenance calories, a lot of people actually aren't able to maintain their weight on that number of calories, and instead their body is learning to survive on fewer calories. So this is typically due to prolonged dieting that slows down your metabolism, aka what I was doing, meaning your basal metabolic rate is lower, aka the number of calories that your body needs to survive at rest. So this causes your body to learn how to survive on fewer calories, unfortunately. So bringing it back to my real life example, when I discovered reverse dieting, I went to that online calculator and I plugged in my height, age, weight, and activity level, and I discovered that my true maintenance calories were supposed to be around 2,250 to 2,300, and I was really confused as to why I was maintaining on way less than that. Before I really got into the weeds of reverse dieting, I just thought that there was something wrong with me. I thought my metabolism was far too damaged and I could never eat more unless I wanted to gain a bunch of weight. But luckily, I was wrong. When I decided to give reverse dieting a go, of course, I was a little scared and skeptical at first, thinking that I might gain weight while I did it, and back then I was just super scared of gaining any weight at all. But after watching more of Misfit and Nerdy's videos, I actually discovered that a lot of people actually don't gain weight during this process. Instead, a lot of people lose weight, or at least end up losing inches around their waist or hips. Spoiler alert, my weight ended up staying the same on the scale, but I did end up changing my body composition in a way that looked better, aka I lost inches. So who should be reverse dieting? Well, if you were in the same situation as me, where you were unhappy, underfueling your body, feeling weak at the gym, then you're definitely a great candidate for this. Another example would be someone that's been on a weight loss journey and now they've reached their so-called goal weight, and then they want to reverse diet their way back up to their maintenance. Another example would be if you're on a weight loss journey, and even if you haven't reached your goal weight, if you've been in a deficit for a while and you want to take a diet break, it would be great to reverse diet back up to maintenance and then go back into a deficit again. So because I'm not a gatekeeper, here's how to reverse diet step by step. First, as I mentioned earlier, use an online calculator to determine your true maintenance calories. Next, you're going to take a look at the daily average calories that you've been eating. Now, this is a lot easier if you've been tracking consistently on MyFitnessPal, but if you haven't, then you can just plug in what you usually eat on a typical day and then kind of take the average of that. Or if you really want to get technical, you could spend 3 to 4 weeks tracking what you eat every day in order to determine the average that you eat. So from here, you're gonna add 50 to 100 calories each week onto your daily average, and you're gonna add those calories in the form of carbs. While doing this, you should also be eating at least 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight in order to preserve muscle mass. So when you're trying to determine how much you should add each week, whether you wanna add 50 or 100, or you might even wanna just add 25 if you really wanna take things slow. So if you're really far away from your true maintenance calories and you're not scared of a little bit potential weight gain or just keeping things the same, then I would say maybe veer towards adding 75 to 100 each week. Whereas if you're a bit more on the cautionary side, maybe only add 25 to 50 average calories per week. You might be wondering why I'm telling you to slowly add calories as opposed to just jumping up to your maintenance. Well, trust the process. A benefit of taking things slow as opposed to just jumping right to your maintenance calories is that you're less likely to gain weight from this process. In fact, you're likely to even lose weight or lose inches, as I mentioned before. Every one of my clients I've had that I've taken through a reverse dieting process has either lost inches around their waist, hips, and chest, or they've actually lost weight on the scale. So in order to yield the best results, you have to be lifting weights and applying progressive overload during this process. It's not just the food. Progressive overload means increasing weights, reps, and or sets each time you go to the gym. By eating more food, you're gonna feel stronger in the gym and be able to lift more. Lifting weights is gonna increase your muscle mass, and muscle weighs more than fat, so you're gonna be burning more calories at rest and you're gonna speed up your metabolism. The more muscle you have, the more calories your body needs to burn in order to maintain it. So make sure you're following a strength training program and progressing each week while increasing your calories. So when do we stop increasing calories? Well, typically you would stop increasing once you've reached your true maintenance, or you can even keep going past that point if you're not scared of a little bit potential weight gain, or if you want to try and increase your true maintenance even more. So in my case, when I was going through this reverse diet, I ended up stopping at around 2250 calories. So I'm just gonna take a pause right here and just say, if this is all still super confusing for you and you feel like you need an accountability coach, I am a certified personal trainer and nutrition coach through NASM, and I am taking on one-to-one coaching clients for my online coaching program. So if you're interested in that, the link to apply is below, or you can DM me on Instagram. So from there, you can do one of 3 things. You can continue to eat in your maintenance, you can go into a cut, or you can actually try out a bulk. A cut means going into a calorie deficit, while a bulk means eating in a calorie surplus. So what I did was I actually stayed in my maintenance for a while, and then I spontaneously decided to do my first and probably last bulk. To be honest, my main motivation for doing that bulk was to grow butt. And if that's your main motivator too, that's okay. I also wanted to increase my strength, but yeah, I mostly wanted to grow butt, and it worked. So I'll end off this video with one of the main questions I get, and that is, can I screw up a reverse diet? And the answer is not really. So let's say you have 1 week where you were supposed to increase your daily average calories by 50, but you end up eating and drinking a lot more than planned and end up going over that. It's okay, just start fresh the next week and do exactly what you were planning on doing the previous week. This is a slow and steady process, so a few screw-ups along the way isn't gonna hinder your progress. Now, if this becomes a habit, that's a different story. Then your reverse diet is just gonna happen really, really slowly, and you might see some weight gain along the way. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate it, and I hope you found this video informative. Please comment below with any follow-up questions you have, and I'll be sure to answer them. Also, feel free to drop a comment and let me know which topics you'd like covered most, because I definitely want to do more of this fitness and nutrition educational content. If you did like this video, I have more educational content where that came from, so I'm gonna link a couple other videos that you should watch next on the screen. And please give this video a like, subscribe, and share it with your friends, as it really helps the channel, and I post new videos every week. And with that, I will see you guys next time. Bye.